Alright, let's dive deep into this massive shakeup around John Collins landing with the Los Angeles Clippers. This trade has so many layers, especially with Norman Powell heading out. It really flips the dynamics in the Western Conference. If I put aside my Lakers fandom for a moment, this move by the Clippers is an absolute steal. John Collins is exactly the kind of versatile player they needed, a dynamic wing who rebounds well, plays solid defense, can stretch the floor with his three-point shooting, and even slide into a small ball 5 role when needed. Pair him up with Ivica Zubac and Kawhi Leonard and you've got a lineup that's not just deep, but also incredibly flexible. They can switch defensive matchups, run fast breaks, and create mismatches on offense. It's a smart roster construction that immediately bumps up their competitiveness. Norman Powell was a solid contributor last season, no doubt, but Collins brings a different level of athleticism and versatility that fits the Clippers' identity perfectly. They're building a team that can handle the physicality and speed of today's NBA, and Collins is a big piece of that puzzle. You can already picture how they'll run their sets with Collins cutting to the rim, crashing boards, and spotting up from deep, Kawhi playing off the ball and Zubac anchoring the paint. Plus, having Kawhi Leonard at the 4 and small ball lineups gives them even more spacing and defensive versatility. This group looks like it's shaping up to be a real threat to anyone who crosses their path. Meanwhile, the Miami Heat snagging Norman Powell adds another interesting wrinkle to the whole picture. Miami has always been a team that plays tough defense and pushes a fast pace, and Powell fits right into that mold. But what does this mean for Damian Lillard? For months there's been chatter about Lillard possibly landing in Miami, but now it seems like he might be sitting out the season, or at least most of it, even if he signs somewhere. So Miami getting Powell might be their way of holding the fort until Dame is ready to return. Poel's contract situation is also intriguing. He could potentially make room for Dame down the line, or they might just roll with Powell as a key contributor. It's a waiting game, but Miami's front office is clearly positioning themselves for flexibility. And then there's Bradley Beal. His name keeps popping up as one of the marquee buyout candidates, and both Miami and the Clippers are reportedly in the mix for him. For the Clippers, this makes total sense given they just cleared some cap space by trading Powell. The rumors are swirling that the Clippers want to bring in both Chris Paul and Bradley Beal to round out a star-studded core, which would basically look like James Harden, Beal, Kawhi Leonard, John Collins, and Ivica Zubac, with role players like Derrick Jones Jr. and Brook Lopez coming off the bench. That's a lineup built to compete right now, loaded with shooting, playmaking, and toughness. This sets up a pretty intense rivalry for the Lakers, with teams like the Clippers doubling down on stars. The Lakers need to be savvy in how they navigate the trade market and buyout pool. The addition of Andre Ayton is a big boost for them because it immediately fills a glaring hole at center. That means they don't have to scramble desperately for a big man, giving them more leverage and patience in negotiations. They can now take their time and hold out for a deal that really makes sense, rather than rushing into a trade just to check a box. It's a much stronger negotiating position when teams know you're not desperate in terms of backup big men. The Lakers have options like Jackson Hayes, who has shown promise and could be a reliable second option down low. If a team asks for a high price for a backup center, the Lakers can just stick with Hayes and keep their flexibility. Maxi Kleber's shooting ability also helps stretch the floor, adding another layer to their front court. On top of that, there are veteran centers like Al Horford floating around, and even Nicolo Melli could become available, which adds more potential moves down the line. The Lakers have built a situation where they're not forced to panic, which is crucial when dealing with such a competitive and deep Western Conference. If the Lakers manage to land someone like Bradley Beal in the buyout market, that could be a game changer for their backcourt production. Beal's ability to score and create could help alleviate some of the pressure on their other stars, and he offers insurance in case Austin Reeves departs. In free agency, Beal can step in as a starting two guard and provide consistent scoring and experience. There's even an argument to be made that if Beal comes in, the Lakers might look to trade Reeves. While his value is high, since Beal can fill a very similar role on the floor with proven production last season, even in less than ideal circumstances. With the Phoenix Suns, Beal was still putting up nearly 18 points per game off the bench. The biggest concern with him has always been injuries, but if he can stay healthy, he's a tremendous asset. The bigger picture here is that the Lakers are not the only team trying to build a contender or add star power through trades and buyouts. The Clippers are aggressively pursuing some of the same targets, and Miami is maneuvering smartly as well. The competition for players like Beal, Middleton, and others is fierce, And the Lakers' luxury tax situation only complicates their ability to make splashy moves. Without paying a hefty price, every time the Lakers show interest in a player, you can bet the Clippers are sniffing around trying to swoop in and take those pieces for themselves. It's a constant tug of war that adds another layer of frustration for Lakers fans. One thing to understand is that the Lakers front office has to be incredibly patient and strategic. Rushing into trades can backfire badly, as we've seen in the past with deals that didn't pan out or gave up too many assets. Rob Pelinka and his team need to balance urgency with caution, knowing that the Western Conference is stacked with deep, talented teams. A bad trade could set the Lakers back for years, but sitting still risks falling behind even further. It's a tough spot, but one that requires smart navigation. And let's not forget the impact of the new collective bargaining agreement on all of this. It's changing how teams approach contracts and buyouts, making it more common for veteran players to seek buyouts to find better fits or more playing time elsewhere. The financial incentives for teams to clear salary are higher, so expect this buyout market to stay active and maybe even get crazier as the season approaches. For the Lakers, that means more opportunities to pick up quality players without giving up big assets, but also more competition from other teams looking to do the same. The Lakers have to keep their eyes on the bigger prize, building a championship contender without mortgaging their future. That means using the buyout market smartly, leveraging their roster depth, and waiting for the right trades. Whether it's a mid-season move or something before the trade deadline, the goal is to add pieces that complement their core stars and improve their chances against top-tier Western teams like the Clippers, Nuggets, and Warriors. It's a complicated chess match, and every move counts. The Clippers getting John Collins is a reminder that other teams are aggressive and willing to pull the trigger on deals that elevate their roster. The Lakers need to respond with equally bold but calculated moves, keeping patience at the forefront while staying ready to pounce on any opportunity that arises. The Western Conference is shaping up to be one of the toughest and most exciting in years, and how the Lakers navigate this landscape will define their season and possibly their legacy for the next few years. Continuing from the intense landscape the Lakers find themselves in, it's clear that Rob Pelinka and the Lakers front office have a monumental task ahead. The Clippers' acquisition of John Collins is not just a roster upgrade for them, but a strategic blueprint that mirrors the Lakers' own attempts to assemble a championship-caliber team. While preserving future flexibility, the Clippers are not only trying to win now, but they're thinking long-term, especially with the 2027 free agency class in mind. This kind of forward-thinking forces the Lakers to adapt their own plans, balancing short-term competitiveness with long-term sustainability. The stakes have never been higher. One of the most fascinating elements is how the Clippers are positioning themselves financially and roster-wise. By trading Norman Powell and targeting stars like Chris Paul and Bradley Beal, they're creating a roster that can spread the floor, generate offense from multiple angles, and maintain a physical defensive identity. Their core of Kawhi Leonard, John Collins, Ivica Zubac, and potentially Beal and Paul would be one of the most well-rounded in the league, mixing elite defense with scoring versatility. This is a direct challenge to the Lakers, who have to find a way to respond without sacrificing too much in terms of assets or future cap flexibility. Meanwhile, Miami's addition of Norman Powell adds more intrigue to the Eastern Conference picture. Miami is known for its shrewd front office and its ability to maximize players' skill sets within a team-oriented system. Adding Powell not only strengthens their wing rotation, but also raises questions about how they plan to integrate Damian Lillard whenever he's ready to play. Given the possibility that Lillard may sit out a large portion of the season, Powell could be a critical piece for Miami to stay competitive. In the meantime, the Heat have the cap space and the culture that can appeal to stars like Beal or Middleton if they enter the buyout market, making Miami a dark horse destination for top-tier talent looking for a fresh start. For the Lakers, the buyout market represents a unique window of opportunity, but also a minefield. Players like Bradley Beal, Chris Middleton, Marcus Smart, and others could be available if buyouts materialize, but there will be plenty of competition. The Lakers must be quick and decisive in pursuing these targets, because waiting too long could mean losing out to teams with fewer luxury tax constraints or more appealing situations. At the same time, the Lakers can't overpay or give up critical assets for players who might only be rentals or who may not fit well long-term. It's a delicate balance, and the new CBA is reshaping how teams approach these deals. One big advantage the Lakers currently have is their improved depth and the addition of players like Adri Ayton. Ayton's presence in the paint gives the Lakers a legitimate starting center Who can protect the rim, rebound, and even switch onto smaller players in certain defensive sets? This reduces the urgency to chase a center in trades or free agency, allowing them to wait for better deals or develop younger players like Jackson Hayes as backups. The flexibility Ayton brings can't be overstated. It's a key piece that gives the Lakers leverage and breathing room in negotiations. Offensively, the Lakers will need to find ways to maximize their current core while integrating new pieces. The dynamic between LeBron James and Anthony Davis remains pivotal, but surrounding them with shooters, playmakers, and versatile defenders is essential. Adding a scorer like Bradley Beal, if it happens, could relieve some of the offensive burden on LeBron, and AD, allowing them to focus more on facilitating and defense. Beal's ability to create his own shot and space the floor would complement LeBron's playmaking and AD's inside presence perfectly. However, concerns about Beal's injury history and consistency will be factors the Lakers' front office must weigh carefully. The Lakers also face internal challenges with players like Austin Reeves. While Reeves has become a fan favorite and a valuable contributor, his impending free agency could complicate roster decisions if the Lakers bring in similar players via buyouts or trades. If Beal or another high-profile guard joins the team, the Lakers might look to trade Reeves to avoid redundancy and free up minutes and cap space. That move would be tough for fans, but could be necessary to optimize the roster. The front office must manage not only the talent on the floor, but also the delicate chemistry and morale within the team. Beyond individual players, the Lakers must navigate the broader market dynamics shaped by the new CBA. The rise in buyouts is changing how veteran contracts are managed and forcing teams to be more aggressive about shedding salary. This trend means the Lakers can expect a continuously shifting landscape of available talent, but it also means competition will be fierce for the top buyout candidates. Teams with deeper pockets or fewer luxury tax implications might be able to outbid or offer more appealing roles, so the Lakers need to act strategically and efficiently. The constant churn in player availability requires the front office to stay vigilant and flexible. At the same time, the Lakers must prepare for the possibility that they don't land their top targets in buyouts or trades if players like Beal or Middleton don't become available or choose other destinations. The Lakers will need to rely on internal development and existing roster depth to remain competitive. This might mean giving more minutes to younger players or role players stepping into larger roles. While not ideal, it's a realistic scenario the Lakers have to be ready for, especially given how stacked the Western Conference has become. Rob Pelinka's role in all of this is under a microscope. His decisions will shape the Lakers' trajectory not only this season, but potentially for years to come. The pressure to make the right moves without mortgaging the future is immense. Fans and analysts alike are watching closely, aware of both his past successes and missteps. Patience remains a key virtue here, as rash moves could cripple the team's flexibility, but too much patience could mean missing critical opportunities. The Lakers' front office must strike a balance between urgency and caution, adapting to the constantly evolving market while keeping their long-term vision in mind. The Clippers' aggressive maneuvers serve as both a warning and a challenge. They are assembling a team designed to compete immediately while maintaining future flexibility, trying to replicate what the Lakers have done in recent years. This rivalry between the two Los Angeles teams adds an extra layer of drama to the Western Conference. Both teams have star power and deep pockets, but how they manage their assets and cap space will determine who emerges as the true powerhouse. The Lakers must be ready to counter the Clippers' moves with equally smart strategies, whether through trades, buyouts, or internal development. Looking ahead, the 2027 free agency period looms large for both teams, preserving cap space and flexibility for that class is a priority, as it could be transformative. This means current moves need to be carefully considered so as not to jeopardize the ability to chase big stars in the future. The Clippers and Lakers front offices are both thinking several steps ahead, trying to build contenders that can sustain success over multiple seasons. This long-term planning adds complexity to their immediate decisions, requiring a delicate balance between competing now and positioning for future opportunities. Meanwhile, the broader Western Conference landscape is intensifying. Teams like the Denver Nuggets, Phoenix Suns, Golden State Warriors, and others are also making moves to stay competitive. The depth and talent across the conference mean the margin for error is slim. The Lakers' ability to make savvy trades, navigate buyouts, and integrate new players will be tested more than ever. Every move counts, and the team that can best manage its roster and finances while maintaining chemistry will have the edge. In the end, the Lakers' path forward is challenging but full of potential. They have made key moves like acquiring Andre Ayton and signing valuable role players, which improves their foundation. The buyout market and trade opportunities present chances to add impact players without sacrificing too much, but competition is fierce. The Clippers' bold moves raise the stakes and push the Lakers to elevate their game off the court as much as on it. Fans can expect a season of high-drama strategic maneuvering and hopefully exciting basketball as the Lakers fight to reclaim their status among the NBA's elite. The story is still being written, and how the Lakers navigate this critical juncture will define the next chapter of their franchise history. Before we continue, we ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on, whispers are swirling through the NBA community about a potential blockbuster night in Los Angeles that could shake up the Western Conference. Rumors suggest the Lakers are eyeing a double splash: Jeremy Grant and Andrew Wiggins possibly arriving in LA on the very same night. While nothing has been confirmed yet, the buzz is undeniable, and fans are buzzing with excitement at the mere possibility. The Lakers, always hungry to reclaim their dominance, have been quietly maneuvering behind the scenes, aiming to bolster their roster with versatile and impactful players. Jeremy Grant, known for his gritty defense, reliable scoring, and ability to play multiple positions, has become a coveted asset. Meanwhile, Andrew Wiggins, the athletic wing with a scoring touch and solid defensive instincts, could add much-needed depth and versatility on the perimeter. If these moves do come to fruition, it would mark a dramatic shift in the Lakers' strategy, signaling a push to surround their star players with a mix of toughness and scoring prowess. Jeremy Grant's experience and steady playmaking could complement the Lakers' existing core, while Wiggins' dynamic athleticism would bring energy and length to the team's wing rotation. Sources close to the matter hint that talks have intensified recently, and the Lakers' front office is making every effort to finalize the deals quickly. The intriguing part of the rumor is not just the players involved, but the timing. Bringing in two impactful players in a single night could send a clear message to the rest of the league. LA is serious about contending now. This potential double acquisition also raises questions about what the Lakers might be giving up in return, as trade packages involving young talent, draft picks, or even established players could be in play. The Lakers' front office is known for making bold moves, and if this rumor turns into reality, it would undoubtedly be one of the biggest shakeups of the season. Fans are already speculating how the new additions could fit into the Lakers lineup. Would Jeremy Grant slot in as a versatile forward providing tough defense and secondary scoring? Could Wiggins take on a primary wing scorer role alongside LeBron James and Anthony Davis? The possibilities are exciting and open the door to a more dynamic and flexible Lakers squad. While the Lakers have yet to comment publicly on these swirling rumors, the NBA world watches closely as the deadline approaches. If the Lakers manage to secure both Grant and Wiggins, the ripple effects could be felt throughout the league, altering playoff projections and sparking new rivalries. For now, it remains a tantalizing possibility, a whisper in the wind that could soon roar into a headline-making reality. Lakers fans, stay tuned. This could be the beginning of something big in LA.